Welcome to The Third Chair, a show about real people, real stories, real life. And here are your hosts for The Third Chair, Peter Grigg and Doug Bazeski.
Well, Doug, we are not in the studio.
Yes, we're at Legends Barber Shop.
Legends Barber Shop in Colorado Springs.
Yes.
And we
Very
have a
nice.
special guest tonight.
Yes.
Kenny
What's Kenny's last name?
Authier.
Are you pronouncing it right?
I'm close. I'll correct it if I have it wrong.
I'm going to ask
It sounds
him.
French.
I will ask him on the show.
Yeah, well, we're excited to have him. He is a barber, hairstylist, manager, wears many hats, coaches youth football, and so we are delighted to have Kenny with us tonight. Please,
Looking forward to it.
yes, please welcome and brace yourself for Kenny.
Welcome to The Third Chair. We have Kenny, and can you say your last name for me, Kenny?
My name's Kenny Authier. Hello, Mr.
French.
Yes, French. Mr.
Oui, oui.
Peter, Mr. Doug, how you doing today?
So how much
Good.
French do you speak?
Very little. Parlez-vous français? That's about it.
That's more than I can speak. And that people understand. So we're here in your barber shop, nice looking place. And you see some of your people cut people's hair and look like
Yes.
they're very diligent and stuff. So
Yes, sir, they are. They
very
are.
impressed.
I'm impressed with them too. I am actually very impressed with them.
So,
Yeah.
so how long have you been a barber?
Currently, I'm actually studying to go to school to be a barber. I've been managing the shop for about a year. My partner, Lucas, he's the owner of this, and he's the reason why I'm a barber. I started out as his haircutting model because we do barber battles together. And it got to a point to where this is my second home. This is my home away from home. So, I'm a retired military vet, and I've spent a lot of time trying to find where I fit in, if that makes any sense.
Yes,
Well,
very much.
This barbershop is where I fit in. This is exactly where I fit in. Every time I felt lost, I come and get a haircut by that man or my other mentor, Panama. Get a haircut by him, and my whole world, whatever madness and craziness is going outside these doors, it just disappears. It goes
Nice.
away. This is my family. This is where, when I'm in trouble, I come here and I get some answers to figure out how to get out of trouble.
Nice.
You can tell you're a hair model because look at the design you have on now, and it looks good too on you.
I just say, well,
Couldn't do that on.
well, I hope so. I'm going to say, as much money as I pay for this, I hope it looks good.
Now, if you're in a haircut battle, it doesn't seem like it would take very long just to go snip.
And you would watch me go cry. My hair. No, I don't.
I mean, the last time I saw you, you had this giant
Yeah, I had
afro.
my afro. Yeah.
Yeah,
I did
that
have
was
my afro.
incredible. It made me thinking of like the 1970s and Shaft. And
Yeah, I didn't have it pulled back. I just wore it as straight like an afro. It was all over my eyes and everything.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys caught while you guys walking in that gentleman on that the window. That's me with short hair.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
it
took a
is?
picture.
Yeah,
We'll see if we can't flash it on the episode.
That was the glory days of having short hair. Now I'm into long hair.
Yeah, I'm just into having any hair.
You want to know what? I think that, Mr. Peter, that's why I'm growing my hair as long as I am, because I'm 41 years old, and I'm kind of feeling at that age that you want to know what? I'm not going to be able to just shave it all off and then it's going to grow back tomorrow. I'm going to enjoy what I have for the time that I have it. So.
Mhm. Well, I was just thinking when I was 20, when I was looking at a picture the other day, I had really long hair.
Mm-hmm.
And even when my daughters look like, wow, Dad, look at that, you're like a hippie. And it's like, man, 61 now and no hair. Yeah, at least I have
got
more.
some hair.
Yeah, I got some. Yeah,
We can fade you up. We can make it look good.
Yeah, we're gonna come in and do that. We're gonna come and do that.
We gotta get Mr. Doug in here.
I have at least more hair than our producer, Doug.
Shots fired.
Yeah, Producer's not a pretty sight.
Oh man!
Oh, another shot fired.
All kinds of shots fired.
Yeah.
Oh,
just,
day.
You're just lobbing grenades. Yeah.
Look, it's when you throw the grenade.
So what do you like most about being a barber?
Honestly, I like what we play, the roles we play in our clients' lives. I would say, you know, a lot of people think that you gotta go pay somebody for therapy, and that's not necessarily true. You can sit in your barber's chair, and that man or woman will listen to what you have to say. And when you generally get out of their chair, not only do you feel like $1 million, you look like $1 million. And all you did was confide in your barber. So that's what I like. I like being here for my community. I like being able to say, hey, how are you doing today? And somebody saying, hey, I'm not doing so well. Can I talk to you? Are you getting a haircut? I listen. And I'm not saying I give any like advice, but just to be there to listen.
Yeah, it's very important to listen.
Just to listen. That's what's important.
Sounding board.
So that's what I like about being a barber.
That's great. What's the cons about being a barber?
Honestly, since I'm new to it, I don't know any cons. Realistically, you want to know it when you're a part of the industry. And you know, when I started, I was, like I said, I was a hair model. You just hear about living the lifestyle of a rock star. You are always, you got a good haircut. Everybody wants to know who you are if you're a good barber. And money is very good. It is very good. I really haven't ran into anything that's a con about being a barber.
You don't get sore feet from standing up all day?
In my position, not really. I would say I'm a busybody, so if I'm not behind my chair, I'm sweeping, cleaning, doing my towels for the shop and the people that work in the shop. So I like being on my feet. I would rather be on my feet all day for the 12 hours, 10, 12 hours that I need to be, and go home and just pass out there. So I love being on my feet.
Well, like, do you ever get like people that like are looking at it and they're sort of happy, and then they say, well, no, can you adjust this? Can you snip a little more here? Can you do that?
Oh,
Or,
yeah.
My wife looked at it and she didn't like it. And,
You wanna know what? There's been times I've seen clients say they were totally happy, and then they went and saw them to see their wife.
Yes.
And they came right back and said, wife
Yes.
says right here and right there. And you're like, and you get it done. You know, that's what they come in here to pay us to do, is to make them look how they want, the haircut that they want. They want us to be able to do it to our best ability. So that's our job.
Or how the missus want it, because if
Oh,
mama's
yeah.
not happy,
If
nobody
mama ain't happy,
No,
nobody.
that's happened to
them.
me more than once. My wife is like, back you go, like throwing a fish back into the river.
Like, no, don't even come in here. You know, no, hey, I'm fortunate because like my barbers, like Lucas in Panama, when they take care of me, I normally tell them I came in here looking like a 2. I need to leave like a 9.5. And I'm very confident that every time I walked out of either one of their chairs, I've been a 9.5, maybe even a 10. I might be pushing a 10, but we'll say 9.5 at least.
That's impressive.
That is.
Usually they just look at me and say, like, the best I can do is like get you to a 7.
Oh, this guy, hey man, I don't have lottery money here. You know? I feel you.
Peter, you're just born certain ways.
We can only do so much.
We only do so much,
Well, you know, I know my mama says that she used to tell me there's someone for everyone. So, Mr. Peter, I think there's someone, you know, that adores your looks. So, we'll rock with you.
Definitely, yeah. My fan club is very large. I think I have a following of about 40 people on YouTube.
Well, you're doing better than I am. I don't think I have any followers on YouTube. I got a couple on Instagram.
I think I checked. I got like 7 followers on my Twitter account.
Do you get a lot of no-shows?
No. Because of the reputation of this barbershop, this is the place where you want to get your haircut. So having no shows. Eventually, it'll possibly happen, but here in this barbershop, because of the reputation that we are upholding, no shows is not what we're worried about.
So people can make an appointment, or they can just walk in, or do they mostly make an appointment?
If you want the time that you want to get cut, I would recommend to make an appointment. But if you're just passing by, you walk through that door as a walk-in, we will get it taken care of.
Is Barbara, having a barber shop seasonal? Do people get haircuts more at other times, like in the summer more than the winter? Or you stay pretty busy all year?
Well, I would have to say that it would mainly be during it's holiday, to be honest with you, holidays and summer times. That's when our peak is, where we will see a lot more than we normally would during another part of the year.
You get to see the family at Christmas.
Oh yeah, Christmas, Thanksgiving, Valentine's Day.
Oh yeah, you gotta look good for that.
And New Year's Eve, that's definitely a big one. I've had people stay in here almost until the ball drop. Yeah, until the ball dropped. Like, I need to get this cut before the ball drops. Like, wow, it's 11:59.
So
we're
$5
gonna
extra.
take a break now, but when we come back, we're going to ask you about becoming a barber and going to barber school.
Sure.
Coffee of the Kentucky-Arizona Walnut Association?
It's kava.
The national coffee of Kawasaki, Japan?
It's kava.
Hiya!
Is it the secret elixir of the surfers in Hawaii?
Or is it the secret island recipe of Kona, Koala, Kauai, or Cola? It's kava. Kava is Polish for coffee. And here at Kava Coffee, we focus on serving a delicious, high-quality cup of coffee in a space where love, coffee, and people mix into the perfect blend.
We value our relationships with our customers and our roasters. Buy locally whenever possible and truly have the homemade touch. Our pastries, syrups, and even our almond milk are made in-house.
So come on in, relax, get some work done. Enjoy the Kava community, some encouraging words from the Kava Coffee gang.
Kava Coffee.
Be awake.
Welcome back to the third chair. We have Kenny here, who I can't pronounce his last name. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Authier.
Authier, yeah.
Authier.
You were close, Peter, but I don't think you
Authier.
quite
Is that
got
French
it.
for author?
Author?
Or to write? Or like
I don't know, but you want to know what? I had a cool platoon leader, and how he remembered my name was he would say off the air.
Off the
Yeah,
air.
it sounds like that.
Off the air.
He was like
Yeah.
off the air. I was
Yeah,
like, all right,
after
there
we
you go.
Yeah, sing a
film
little bit
45
with it.
minutes, we'll be off the air.
Off the air.
Off the air. You're on.
Off the
so there you go.
Yeah. So you need a license for being a barber, and you have
Yes,
to
sir.
go to school to get the license.
Yes, sir.
And how long does the school last?
Generally 12 months, I would say, but due to COVID, it's been a little bit of a hassle, I would say, but I wouldn't say a hassle, a learning process, I should say. It's not a hassle. I know when you want to do something, you just go do it, no matter what it takes. So.
And what are some of the things you learn in barber school?
Well, you learn the ins and outs of hair. And you're like, of course you're a barber. No, I mean like the strand of a hair. You know, you learn health procedures. You know, the stuff to keep yourself not from passing on diseases. Because there are things that there are diseases that you can pass by cutting somebody's hair that's infected that you need to know. So when you're like combing somebody's hair, that's what you're doing. You're examining the scalp, you're examining their hair, you're examining their health, so that if there are things that you need to worry about being a health issue, you can stop it before it even starts. You can stop service before it even starts. So.
Interesting. All these details, and people just think, oh, you just learn
a couple
few
snips
cuts.
here, you color here.
I just think
that's
I thought it
that's
was like
the fun
just
part.
combing my hair to say, oh, is it going to look good like this or like this? You're
that's the
checking
fun
me
part.
for like scabies or whatever.
Yeah, that's the fun part, being able to do the cutting and snipping and the coloring. But that's not all about. That's not what school's all about. Yes, you learn how to cut hair, but you have to know, especially like I said, in the time of COVID, any kind of diseases that we could be passing through a haircut. A simple haircut or a simple service as a shave. We do.
So is that part of the barber curriculum, like the old straight razor, and the piece of leather, and you're going like this?
Well, that's actually we don't. You get to use the leather anymore because you cannot disinfect it. But we do have disposable straight razors that we change out through every service.
Oh.
So you still get the old school, but you're not going to get the strap. No,
I mean, that was like part of the ambiance. There's another feature.
know,
You're watching the guy go like that. I never could figure out, like, what's the leather going to do? It must have either clean the blade or something.
Oh, it sharpens.
Really, I wouldn't
sharpens.
think that the leather would...
Leather's pretty tough.
Yeah, I know, but usually, like, I think about sharpening knives, like with a whetstone and things.
Oh, yeah. I get you. And like I said, that's something you would end up... Because that's how I learned. I learned because I thought it was the same thing too. But the strap, that I thought it was just like cleaning. And, no, it's actually helping you sharpen the blade and hone it in for your next service. So.
I thought it was also like sending a message to the customer, like, you will pay for this.
That is. It does look intimidating.
It does look intimidating.
You watch it on movies and you're like. Check please. I don't want that service. No, I'm good. I'll be good.
I'm gonna definitely pay my bill.
Yeah.
Definitely stay still during this haircut.
Yeah, that's right.
But can I just pay for it in advance, please? You gotta pay
What
for it
reminds
in
me of those
advance.
Clint Eastwood movies, the old westerns, where he'd be getting a shave and have the gun pointed at the barber.
With his little cigar on the side of his mouth, talking to him, and all of that smooth Clint Eastwood voice. Yeah.
Yeah, that's so funny. Yeah. So, barbering and artistry. The barber is an artist.
Yes.
Here's a quote from Michelangelo. You're going to love this. In every block of stone has a statue, and it's the task of the sculptor to discover it. So do you ever see someone come in with a big head of hair and say, yes, I see the masterpiece, I just have to remove the stone, so to speak?
Yeah, actually, yes. That's a good way of putting it, because you do walk in, and when you get a client that has a whole head of hair, and you're like, what in the world? What could we be doing with this? There's a lot of things we could be doing with this, but then they show you their picture of what they want, and like Michelangelo says, that full head of hair is, there is a haircut in there. So we got to make it, we got to develop it and put it into the person where it fits onto the person. So yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. Now you had mentioned a term that it made me think of like gladiators fighting, but it's not. Barber battles. It sounds like an MMA event. We got two barbers in a
never
cage.
heard that term until I
Yeah.
met
I was
you.
gonna say barber battles. Yeah, like it's more like, I don't know if you've ever seen a like rap competition where they're all saying I'm good, I'm the best, I'm the best.
Yeah.
Well, that's what a barber battle is. Barbers come and they say, hey, we want to see who the best person is for this category, that category. And you have barbers that travel from all over the country to come to these barber battles and to say, I am the best. And there's big barbers battles in Connecticut. The one that my partner and I like to go to is in Vegas. But when you win a category at these bigger barber battles, you are the man or the woman that for the rest of that year until somebody knocks you off at that same barber battle next year.
Wow.
So yeah, you're like.
So is there like talking, dissing each other and talking?
Oh no! No, that's not necessary. I would say.
Not in a bad way, but sometimes rappers do that.
Oh yeah, but we're not that. We're not that savvy, I should say. I know if we were to diss each other, we'd probably hurt each other's feelings.
Yeah.
So
plus,
we let our clippers speak for ourselves. We'll let the clippers speak, and it's amazing because when you see what those clippers speak, you're like, yeah.
So when there's like a category, do you will it be like, okay, the category is do a haircut that looks like an animal? Or how do the categories?
Okay, so like categories go for, there's a, fastest fade, which means they try to see who can fade the fastest, and normally that takes within 15 minutes. Then they have a freestyle, and what I mean by freestyle is the artistry we're talking about.
Yeah.
They'll do a haircut, but then they'll put designs in the haircut.
Cool.
And then you have the picture perfect. That's my favorite. It's called the picture perfect category haircut, and it's to where you, as a barber, create a picture perfect haircut with. You can use enhancements, which is a different kind of coloring, to like make a haircut pop out more. But it speaks for itself. It's a picture perfect haircut. That's what it looks like.
So, are these barber battles also combined with continuing education?
Oh yes.
So you learn what the latest idea is for styling in a certain way.
Styling as well as learning how to manage if you're wanting to go out on your own and open a shop. So this is what barber battles. It's funny because there's actually a barber battle that'll be here this Sunday. Yeah, it's September 12th. It's called the Rumble in the Rockies.
The Rumble in the Rockies.
No, it'll be up in Denver. Actually, we're gonna have it up there. Yeah, the Rumble in the Rockies will be here. But yeah.
Oh, that is so fantastic.
So about how many barbers will be there?
Honestly, there's going to be a ton of them. To be truthful, I couldn't give you an exact number. But where I was going with that is, so in the mornings, this Rumble in Rockies, what they're doing is at 8 o'clock, from 8 o'clock to 12 o'clock, there's it's nothing but seminars on continuing your education. There's whether it's a new hairstyle or how to do a simple shave that could take your simple shave for what you make maybe $25 to $30 out of, but you do a couple of things to add to that service, and that $25, $30 shave service just turned into a $40 to $50 shave service.
Sure.
I've learned a lot of things about managing and how to stay up with the times, as well as far as just the interior of your barbershop. I mean, they go down to all kinds of the bells and whistles of how to make the money and not have the money make you. So
very good, very good. And we will continue this discussion when we come right back from this break. Hi, I'm Peter
Piaseski, and we are the host of The Third Chair.
We are here at 9 Round Kickboxing in Colorado Springs, shooting a little of what we call B-roll for episodes 1, 5, and 6.
Yes, Peter's about to get his butt kicked while I eat a hamburger. Subscribe to our YouTube page to watch these episodes. They are a sight to behold. And follow us on social media.
We are always looking for guests with a great story.
And that would be everybody, because we all have a story.
If you want to be a guest, send us an email.
And then get yourself down here to 9 Round Kickboxing while you're at it.
Yes, guys, if you're interested in getting fit without getting hit just like Mike, just head over to 9round.com and find one of our 3 locations that's closest to you and book that free intro workout. We look forward to taking it with you.
Welcome to The Third Chair with Kenny, and we are talking about barber and artistry and barber battles, and you said during the break you're going to compete in Denver?
Yeah, at the Rumble and Rockies for the student category. I'm gonna go out there and give it my all and try and be one of the best students out here for the category that I'm in.
So, and whose hair are you going to cut?
I'm looking forward to probably cutting one of my sons. I love cutting my youngest son Casanova's hair, but I think I'm going to go with my oldest son King.
And how old is he?
King's 9 years old.
9 years old?
Yeah.
Do they ever say, "Dad, don't mess with my hair," or?
No, it's like, "Dad, when are you going to give me a haircut?"
Oh, is that right? Wow.
Yeah. So.
Oh wow.
So you're gonna do a design on your son?
Oh no! I'm just gonna go ahead and do the nicest, cleanest fade that I can do.
It's
get
gonna
out
be
of
a
there.
fade,
Yes,
yeah.
sir. Yes, sir. That's
So-
it. 'Cause he has braids like me. But his braids are only on the top of his hair. So when I cut his hair, he'll have his braids on top, and then I'll blend it, fade it to where it'll look pretty cool.
Oh, okay, so he'll be happy when he
Oh
gets
yeah.
it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And how old? How many sons do you have?
I have 3 sons.
And how old are they?
9, 6, and 5. I apologize for that. I have 8 children altogether, so I was like, oh, let me think which one is which.
And how many daughters?
I got 5 daughters.
5 daughters?
Yeah.
Wow, okay. And some of them are a bit older? And...
Oh yeah, I would say I have 2, we'll just call them 22-year-olds because they'll be 22 this month and next month.
Wow.
And I have a 19-year-old, a 15-year-old, and my youngest daughter is 8 years old.
Wow. Well, you don't have any gray hair. How do you do that with 8 kids and not have any gray hair?
I eat a lot of candy. No. I to tell you the truth, I don't know. I don't know because being a parent is one of the most rewarding things I feel that I have accomplished in my life, but at the same time, it is trying.
I agree 100%.
It is trying. So, when my dad was 23, he told me I was the reason why he was losing all his gray hairs losing all his gray hairs, and he only had 3 up there at the age of 23. So, I'm very fortunate to have all my hair.
Yeah, so my daughter was 2, and we went shopping, and she was kind of running around, and went in the dressing room, and I looked in the mirror, and I'm like, oh my, and I said, I can't believe how gray I'm getting. She just pointed at my daughter. Yeah.
Yeah. That's how I feel. You don't know, but I'm, like I said, I'm one of the fortunate parents that I don't think I've ever had a stressful to where I felt like I was aging because I was being a parent. I I've enjoyed every minute of being a parent.
Now your kids are like from 6 to 22, you said, right?
Yep, 5 years to 22.
5 years to 20.
Yeah.
Now that's quite a spread. Do you have different strategies for the different ages? I mean,
you want to know what the way I have my strategies is it's not by ages, it's by individual. It really just comes by individual. I was going to say, no, it's boy versus girl, but no, when I sit here and think seriously on how I parent my children, it's by individual, because none of them are the same. They all look the same, but none of them are the same. They're different people, their likes, their dislikes. So yeah, I go by individual. That's my strategy.
Do you think any of them will become a barber when they?
Well, right now, honestly, I think Casanova's going to be a barber. He would rather come here to the barber shop than go to school. And I'm like, you've only been in school for a week. He just started kindergarten this year, so.
But he absolutely. Well, the youngest.
Yeah, he absolutely adores being in the barber shop.
Well, I can see why you've got like a monsters in the machine there. You got candies and treats here.
You want to know what?
This could be a kid
depending on the day of the week. Depending on the day of the week, like we have a rule in my house: no soda Monday through Friday because of school. It's during school time.
Oh wow!
So if he was to be here Monday through Thursday, that whole day, can I have a soda? Nope. There's the water right over there.
So that gig wouldn't work.
No. But he gets it. He does have his one meal that he loves to eat here, and he likes getting wings. He likes getting wings and fries.
Oh,
Wings and fries.
Oh, I would love that too.
So.
Oh yeah, that sounds good. Now, how about the girls? I've got 3 daughters. They flash me the puppy dog eyes.
And it's over.
Yeah. Dad, will you buy me a horse? Sure.
Dad,
will you buy me a Barbie laptop?
Mr. Peter, you already know what the answer is. It's over.
Well, they're really sneaky because they'll run a little sequence. It's like, Dad, will you buy me a horse? No. Dad, will you buy me a Barbie laptop computer? No. Dad, will you take us to Dunkin' Donuts?
Yes.
Yeah,
I would say they're negotiators. That's what it is. They know exactly what to do. We start out high, really high, and then what we really want, we won't tell them until the end. So everything in between, you just gotta hold your ground. But I've been caught saying like, hey, yeah, I'll buy that horse, and then they'd be like, hey, Dad, where's that horse? I'm like, oh man, I thought you were just messing with me.
They don't mess though, do they?
No, they don't. And they take it very seriously. That horse don't show up.
I just know my daughter came and she sounded sweet and said, "Daddy." I was just like, I wonder how much this is going to cost me.
I just can't believe it. I mean, they can remember those details like better than any of their schoolwork.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. On 3 weeks ago on Tuesday at 5 o'clock, you said horse. Yeah. And then what's scary for me is that like my 10-year-old daughter would be doing this, and I'd look across the room, and there would be the 8-year-old and the 6-year-old daughter like taking notes.
Yes.
On how to do it.
Yes.
Yeah. This is how you work, Dad.
Most definitely. Yeah. They're like, hey, that one worked.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say my daughters do.
Big sis goofed up on that one.
Yeah. Oh, she totally. I would have never went that way. This is how you should have done it, sis. Let me show you.
Yeah, that's too early. Should have.
And then, you want to know what? Like, okay, so like I said, I'm an older fella, right? And back in my day, it was you send the youngest to go do the do the bidding.
The youngest and the cutest.
Bidding.
Yeah.
They know.
We had one cousin we always sent to grandma.
To get it done, but now it's like in this day and age, it's like they're like just send our sister.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how old she is, how young she is, just send the sister because Dad
and my wife would be tough with the girls, but I was like a total pushover. It's like they would go out of the way. No, we don't go talk to Mom about anything. When's Dad going to be home from work?
See, that's a crazy thing in my family is all my children are from 2 separate marriages, but it's crazy. They talk to their mothers about everything, but they ask their dad for everything.
Yeah.
So that like I'm like, it's not. There's no winning for me. Like I don't have. I am the disciplinary parent, but if I know that my wife is a nurturer, and they're like, you might as just give it up to them. Just go ahead because they got mom in their back pocket anyway. They got mom in their back pocket anyway. So.
Yeah. So what's been the hardest? What's been the hardest thing about being a parent for you?
The hardest thing about being a parent is not being there. Not being there. As I say, I struggled with addiction, and addiction actually, most people know that it becomes a selfish thing, and that was my hardest thing about being a parent, is because I was a good parent, but you can't say you're a good parent when you're battling addiction. Because there's times that you're not there because your addiction, your selfishness and your addiction was taking over. Didn't mean that the lights weren't paid. Didn't mean that there wasn't food in the groceries. Didn't mean that my kids didn't have a place to stay. It's just being there. And I think that's one of the things that has been hard with my older daughter and my relationship.
Sure.
She was the one that probably endured most of that time frame.
And that can happen even if you're not dealing with addiction. There are people that work 80 hours a week.
Workaholics.
Whether you're a doctor, lawyer, owning a small business. Yeah, and we'll talk about that a little bit more when we come right back from this break.
Yes, sir.
Welcome back to the third chair with our guest, Kenny Authier, which is French. And we are on location here at, it's Legends Barber Shop, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
I like it. I was looking for your place the other day, and there's another one called Legendary Barber's Hair Studio that's a couple of blocks north here on North Carefree. And I pulled into there, I walked in, and there was another African-American stylist working.
Yeah.
And I said, "Hi, I'm here to see Kenny." And he looked at me like with this blank stare. He says, "Kenny doesn't work here." And so, not to be, not to try to look too foolish, I said, "Well, you know what? I just want you to know this looks like an awesome barber shop." And I walked off. And then
I'm glad you found me, though.
I text our producer who is like, "Peter, like you're in the wrong place." Yeah. It's like, I know that. That's why I'm texting you.
Thank you, Captain Obvious.
And so, and again, your place is very nice. I really like it.
But he usually texts Peter 3 times a week saying, "Peter, you're in the wrong place."
Yeah. Well, we had a little problem. I had my my dictation on my iPhone set to Australian female, like Siri. You can set the voices back. Well, they hear words different and they pronounce words different. So I would like record a text and say, "Send to Doug," and he would send me back note. It's like, what are you talking about? And then I'd look at it and it made no sense at all as the
Well, Mr. Peter, I got to ask you a question. Why did you go Aussie? Why did you
just
go?
to sound, something different. I mean, I could have gone American male, American.
Or you could have went English.
Yeah,
British.
I did a trip to Australia. I
Okay,
enjoyed it.
okay.
It's on my bucket list. I want to get the shark cage.
There's nothing wrong.
With a great white in the water, and maybe wrestle a crocodile.
So you want to lose your foot, then? That's what you're trying to tell me.
Yeah,
You want a great white in the water. You want a picture of you with a great white in the water.
Yeah.
That means they're pulling you out of its belly most of the time. But okay.
Well, I figured there'd be a shark cage between me and the shark. And that would also say, "Oh, look at the surprised look on Peter's face as he realized the shark has now ripped open the cage."
Yeah.
It's like,
He didn't
With all the air bubbles. Oh no!
If that's the case, the only thing that matters is that you can outswim the person you're with.
Yeah, that's exactly. Hey, that's how I feel. When you're out in the wilderness, everybody looks around. They're like, "Why aren't you so scared?" I'm like, "Because I can run faster than you."
That's right. Well, here in Colorado is bear country, of course, and so as long as you can.
All I got to do is run faster than one person. I'm good. That's it. That's it. One person, I'm good. And I'm not going to be dirty. I'm not going to trip you. I'm actually outrun you.
Yeah, so it's all fair square.
Yeah, fair and square.
Yeah, I might say, look over there and then take off.
What's that?
Well, and speaking of inspiring ideas, let's talk about inspiration. Do you have sources of inspiration that, you can apply it, to even being a barber? Is there something that inspires you to do this?
Yes, there's learning to cut hair, yes, but the people that you meet cutting hair, the people that cut my hair are an inspiration to me. They become role models to me. I mean, all the way down to when like we were talking about earlier, barber battling. You meet people that are your instructors during the what are those called? Got a brain fart. The seminar part that become an inspiration that I follow on Instagram. I don't see anything else but inspiration in the barbering industry. But as far as outside the barber shop, I've got a pretty. I'm not gonna say it's it's not. I know my inspiration will be dwindling sooner or later, but in this point in my life right now, my inspirations outside this barbershop are just as impacting as what's in the barbering industry.
And so, is there a book or a magazine or an author or anything like that you read or speaker that you listen to that
I would have
moves
to,
you?
I would have to say, I follow this thing on Instagram. It's called The Power of Positivity.
The Power of Positivity.
The Power of Positivity, and basically it gives you affirmations daily. And some of these affirmations do. They're a part of my life, and I can relate to them very well. But I have never, actually, that isn't true. So I relapsed 5 years ago, and a gentleman, when I was in trying to get outpatient treatment, he gave me this. It's the philosophy that I use. But it's a part of the religion Taoism. And I read a book about it. I forgot what the name of the book was. It was but when I read it, it made sense. And when I stopped doing this, which was pinnacleizing my happy moments, and then running my low moments through the dirt, and just kind of stayed level. And I stayed level on everything. And yes, when things happen, like this show, being on the show with you guys, this is a high point for me.
Yes.
This is a very high point for me. But instead of jumping around and acting like I'm a part of, I just won the lotto, I treat it as I we haven't spoken about it, but I lost my father in May, and I lost my grandfather in August. And you know, being on this show, I've moved forward, just like when I had to bury my father, bury my grandfather this year. You know, I'm not going to sit there and jump up and down because I'm on this show, but I am happy inside.
Okay, that's what
I move my life. I move my life on one level, one playing field. It's just it's just straight. And, you know, did losing my father in May make me feel like I know somebody stepped on my head and the whole world was crashing down on me? Yeah, but I did not allow those feelings to come through. You see, either way, I am content with life, because no matter how you look at it, life is going to go the way it's going to go. You can do your best to navigate it and hold on, but to sit there and think that you're going to be able to just, what do we say? Like you can micromanage.
Yeah,
like you can micromanage everything. You cannot micromanage everything and anything in life. So.
Yeah, Bruce Lee, the great martial artist and philosopher, was a Taoist, and one of his quotes that I really like is research your experience, absorb what is useful, reject what is useless,
exactly.
Personalize the rest.
Exactly. That's exactly what had me cling to it. And this gentleman and I, when we were sitting there and we were talking about it, and because I heard it and I was like, man, I used to be in the military, so I had basic training, to where every Sunday or Saturday, you went to some kind of service. So I went through it because growing up, I was Roman Catholic.
Oh.
But, being in the military, I didn't, that was my time to say, hey, I'm 18 years of age, I can be me. So I went through a lot of different, I studied a little bit of Buddhism, and this is just me going into a service. This isn't me like actually researching as well, but what I got at the service is whether I would come back or not. And that's Taoism. It was just the philosophy. It didn't make me feel like I had to be praying to a certain something. It just made me say, hey, look, this is a philosophy on how you can use your life, you can manage your life to where you're not pinnacleizing your high points, your peaks. You don't have to have peaks anymore. Because if you don't have to have any peaks no more, you don't have to have any low points. You just treat them all the same.
Well, when we come back, we're going to ask you a couple questions. One about inspiration and you working as a youth football coach. And the other thing we're going to ask you is, if you wrote a book, what would you write it about? When we come right back.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Grigg, a life and recovery coach with Pikes Peak Recovery Coaching. I've had the pleasure and privilege of helping people for over 25 years. I want to hear your story, support and encourage you while we partner together to help you reach your goals. I can help you. I am certain I can help you. I can be your guide, role model, resource person, and help you get results. What's my coaching frameworks? I'm an eclectic coach drawing from a variety of disciplines and frameworks with evidence-based proven methods. What would you like to work on? Some popular areas are goal setting and attainment, building and maintaining motivation, finding purpose, personal development, recovery from drug and alcohol addiction problems, health and wellness, life planning, athletic and creative artist performance enhancement, maybe something else. Just ask me. I would love to help you. You can find my services on Fiverr.com. Welcome back to the third chair. We're here with Kenny Authier, one of the managers and barbers in training and hairstylist and all these things. I was thinking, do you guys also do I don't know what the right word is, cosmetology?
Cosmetology? There's a lot to cosmetology, so what are we trying to
I don't know, like do you do manis and pedis or
not necessarily here at this shop, no. I would say we don't. We specialize in hair here.
Yeah.
Hair and shaves, yeah.
Hair and shaves.
Mm-hmm.
So a guy could come in and say, I would like a shave.
Yes, sir.
That's incredible.
Yes,
yeah. I've gone to many barbers where they've totally abandoned that. They don't do that at all anymore. They might use the clippers on a little hair on the back of your neck, but in terms of shaving, yeah.
Oh no, that's we pride ourselves on our shaves. I would say that's what gets people feeling. I have a barber. She has a client that comes in here, and he does not get a haircut. It's just about a facial shave, and it makes them feel that it's like a refreshment that, your haircut, you get a haircut, you look like $1 million, but when you get that shave, you just are you got the warm towel on your face, you get the massage.
Kind of a luxury.
Yeah, it is. It makes you, it's a relaxing luxury, how we were talking about manis and pedis, women go and get their nails done and they're relaxing, they sit in there and they're in the spa and they're drinking their wine.
Yeah.
Well, that's like our wine here, with more like whiskey because we're a barber shop. That's our version of our whiskey for our clients, to let them get those hot towel shaves and everything. So.
Well, in the old Wild West, it was often the barbers that would also pull rotten teeth and stuff. They kind of doubled as a dentist.
Well, you want to hear something? You want to hear something crazy about the history of barbering? Barbering is actually one of the oldest professions that is out there. Barbering, it all goes all the way down to the days of the monks and how they got their haircuts and why they got their haircuts the way they did. And they say,
I wonder if they were chanting, "My hair's cut shorter than your hair." I don't know. And of course, there's a story of Samson in the Bible. As long as his hair was long,
he was the strongest dude in the world. But the minute he got his hair cut, it was over for him.
Well, first he got mixed up with the wrong woman, which was going to be trouble. And she figured out
that happens quite a bit, though.
Yeah.
But what is the wrong woman? Like how we were talking earlier about there's someone for everyone. Maybe that was his cup of tea. And maybe that was his cup of tea. He didn't the way it was portrayed out. We always focus on what made us weak, but then at the end of the day, maybe that weakness actually made us stronger.
Well, there's certainly a lot of truth to that.
To Samson, because at the end he broke the chains. And
He pulled down the temple. Yeah. See, no one was paying attention. His hair was growing. No one was checking it. Yeah. And of course, the old Levitical priests. I think that's the right word. They weren't allowed to have their hair cut.
Yeah.
And then in the New Testament, there was Paul who talked about it's honorable for a man to have short hair. And so there's been a wide range of opinions and religions about what is okay hairstyle-wise.
Well, what I learned about it hairstyle-wise, especially in religion, it was about cleanliness and purity, and that's what was educated to me through the educators of barbering. Now, how much do I know? I have not done a bunch of research on it, but when I look at a priest, you look at him and everything was clean shaven and everything. So, I guess until I do the research, that's what I believe.
Yeah. So we're about to wrap up this episode. So the question is, you're here in Colorado Springs. I assume you're taking new clients. How do they find you? How do you want people to contact you to make an appointment?
To contact me, you can do it two ways. You can call area code 719-637-9000, or you could stop by at 3826 Maisland Road, Colorado Springs, Colorado.
And the sign on the door will say Legendary Barbers?
No, it will say Legends, and you see, I got long hair right now, but if you see a guy out there that's smiling all funny on my window, that's me. Come walk in the door, and you'll hopefully I can get you taken care of. Well, I will get you taken care of.
I'm sure you will. And you've agreed to carry on with another episode,
Yes,
so we will see everyone next week. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification button, and share the episode with a friend. We'll see you all next week.
This has been The Third Chair. Want to be a guest? Want to sponsor our show? Send us an email. Please subscribe to our channel and follow us on social media